Yeah, I've definitely messed the plans up for today. So instead of big waves, we've got kind of ripples. See what I can find here, change the plan, change the type of shot I was thinking of getting. Hi everyone, thanks for joining me again. Today it's actually really windy. We've had a big threat of storms for the last few days here, but nothing that's really materialised in this part of Spain, although there's been some pretty heavy storms and even flooding in places. Today, because it was windy, I decided to come out onto the coastal paths up to the north of a town called Villajoyosa because there's some lovely cliffs. I was thinking we might get some nice dramatic seas breaking on the cliff faces, because back in Campello, where I live, there's big waves breaking. But so far here, obviously the wind is just in the wrong direction to be creating those waves, so the sea is pretty calm. So I'm going to carry on over the other side of the kind of little headland here, because maybe that side there might be some bigger waves breaking. If there isn't, I don't know, I might have to rethink my plans. We'll see. Yeah, I've definitely messed the plans up for today. Further south, which is where I live, there's big waves sort of crashing up over the beach, really rough seas. But I didn't feel that there was anything there that would work as a shot with those conditions, so I drove further north where there's a cliff trail, and obviously where there's a cliff trail there's some cliffs. So I thought, you know, some nice cliffs with waves breaking along the bottom of them. But what I failed to get right was the relationship between the landscape and the wind direction, because the cliffs are actually acting as a windbreak. So instead of big waves, we've got kind of ripples. So I'm not quite sure what to do. Basically, I've got three choices. I can chalk it up to experience, go home, watch some TV, that's a possibility, or I can rush back to the car and see if I can find another location in the next sort of half an hour or so that might be better. But there's no guaranteeing I'm going to find a better location. Or I can just see what I can find here, change the plan, change the type of shot I was thinking of getting, and see if I can salvage the trip out. And I think that's probably what I'm going to do. There'll be a shot to be had, it's just a case of finding it, and it won't be what I came out for. But that's okay. Anyway, I better carry on searching. Okay, so I think I found a composition that might work using this gully in the rocks that I've got down here behind me. So I'm going to get set up and get ready to take a shot. Okay, it's been quite tricky getting set up here, just getting the tripod into position. So I decided to go for a long exposure on this because I don't think the waves are interesting enough just for a normal exposure, and the sea just looks a bit bleh. So I fitted a 2-stop hard-edged ND Grad just to hold the sky back a little bit because it's getting quite bright compared to the foreground. And I've put in my 6-stop ND filter, so that's my little stopper. Okay, so I hung in there for a while as the light went down a bit, managed to get to a 30-second exposure. I didn't really think it was worth hanging on there till sunset, so I've moved on. And I'm going to see if I can find one more shot. If I can, great. If I can't, hopefully I've got one. It's a shame that there's some fairly ugly looking buildings along here because there's actually some really nice light in the sky, but I just don't like those buildings there. But right out in the distance there is one end of the Villajoyosa port or marina, and then beyond that there's part of Villajoyosa, and then way down beyond that there's the hill Righteous Yoma, which is in El Campello where I live. And then beyond that there's kind of the mountains over the back of Alicante, and there's some quite nice colour in the sky, so all the background stuff is going to be completely lost in haze, but that might give it some quite nice atmosphere, particularly if I can pick out some detail in the more foreground elements, sort of this end of the marina wall. That might look quite nice. I won't know till I get it back on the computer and see. I've got the 70-200 lens on all the way out, 200mm, and it's probably worth hanging on a few minutes because that could get better, that scene, or something close to it might look better. So there's some beautiful colours in the sky over there, but I don't like the composition. There's these ugly buildings that I just don't like. So there is a bit of nice colour further out, kind of where I'm shooting over here, and the sky could still light up even more, so I've actually now flipped to a vertical composition to try and fit more of the sky in, and we'll see how that works. We'll give it a little while to see how the sky develops. We are 8 minutes before official sunset, but as I said, the sun's now gone behind the mountains over there, or the hills over there, so we've lost all direct light on this scene. Okay, the sky's not lighting up the way I would hope. It's lovely over that way, but that's not where I'm shooting that way. I've decided to try a long exposure, so I've put in a 6-stop ND filter, and that's giving me 1 minute at f11 ISO 64, and that's coming up right now in 3, 2, 1, time's up. That might look better just because it's flattening out the water. It's not doing a great deal to the sky, but it might look nice. I'm going to do another one now in a landscape horizontal format. Okay, that might work. The sky is on fire over that way, really annoying. If I'd have gone over to, probably over to one of the mountain locations that I like to go to, I'd probably have a really gorgeous sunset to photograph. As it is, I've got a little bit of warm light over where I'm shooting, but not a lot, and I don't think we're going to get a lot more now. We are 10 minutes after official sunset. I'll hang on another 5 or 6 minutes and see if the light gets stronger or starts to dim. If it starts to dim, I'll pack up and go home. If it gets stronger, then we stand a chance of getting some better light out there. Like I say, all the colour's gone out of the sky now. There's, it never really came across that much, just a little bit, but not a lot. We've got some lights on now in Via Hyosa around the marina and back a little bit in the town. So I'm just hanging around and doing a little bit of a blue hour kind of shoot. We are now 17, 27, 30, 25 minutes after sunset, and I think the shoot's almost over. Bats. Must be getting dark, the bats are out. Okay, that's it. I'm now going to pack up and head for home. It's getting properly dark, so shouldn't take me too long to get back to the car. 20 minutes or so I think, for along this trail, as long as I don't get lost. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, and you haven't already, then please consider hitting the subscribe button. And if you've already hit the subscribe button, then thank you very much. I appreciate it. Likes and shares, much appreciated and really helpful. They really help to promote the channel and get more people watching. And if you'd like to leave me a comment below, I would be delighted. I love to read them and I always respond. So that's it. Until the next video, thank you very much for watching. Bye.